One Piece Grand Ambition. I'm basically going to be reacting to the entire walkthrough. So I'll give a shout out to the channel right now, EVD Games. I'll leave a link to his channel or video in the description. But for now, let's just sit back, relax, and react to some One Piece Ambition gameplay. So this is the starting. By the way, the art looks really good in this game. It looks really good. Like even right now, like this shot in itself, in terms of art, is significantly better than what the anime did. To be fair, the anime came out a long time ago now, but if we were to make a one-to-one comparison, the art in this game is significantly better. I mean, to be fair, if the art wasn't at least that good, I mean, it wouldn't be good, let's just say. But it is good, so that is good. I'm using the word good a lot there. The point is, the art is on point, and I like it. Yeah, this was a pretty cool scene in the beginning of One Piece, man. Zoro being the first guy to join Zoro's crew. It's just pretty badass, man. Zoro is by far my favorite character. I'm so happy that the anime and the manga, well, did the same thing. Well, they follow the same thing, the same story. But I'm so happy that both of them, like, give Zoro a lot of respect because I'm a big fan. By the way, funnily enough, like, it was in this scene where Zoro got his directions correctly. Because as you guys know, Zoro, in terms of his directions, he's pretty bad with that. That's the whole gag with him. But this was the one time where Luffy was going in the wrong direction and Zoro corrected him. So that was pretty funny, like looking back on that. In terms of Luffy's gameplay, it's decent. It's certainly by no means the worst in the game. It's actually fairly fun, so I'll give him that. In terms of gameplay, my favourite unit in the game is Crocodile, although Arlong looked pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Like, I did enjoy Arlong's gameplay, which is the one that I reacted to last. And then Luffy's look fun. Zoro, I've got a bias for Zoro because I really like Zoro. I don't actually remember Mihawk's gameplay. I think he was the first, or one of the first units that I reacted to. Same for Garp. I need to watch their gameplay again because it's been a while and I don't really remember. I think I liked both of them, so I will say that. Oh, here's where he feeds him the rice, and I think there was sugar or salt in it or something like that. Something that there shouldn't be. But he ate it anyway because he is that guy. He is that, and plus he's been starving for like, what, 7 days or something like that? I don't remember. Point is, Zoro is a beast. Wait, is this frozen? No, it's not frozen, I can hear it. Okay, so this part isn't animated, but that's fine, because the art looks good. Yeah, this part is animated. There is Helmeppo, I think he was called. Yeah, he is called Helmeppo. He was a pretty goofy character. To be fair, he still is. But he has developed over time, which is something. Kobe's boy. He is Kobe's boy. Wait, the dog's also fighting here. Wait, is that dog also fighting? I'm confused. It looks like he is, but I don't... I think the dog is... Oh, he is fighting. Because you can see him on the top right. It's a 1v2. Yeah, to be fair, you know, Zoro's gameplay actually looks pretty decent. Like, I know I've got a bias towards him because it's Zoro, but the gameplay is pretty decent. I like that move over there. He also has like the Tri-Sensekai move, it's called. It's pretty cool. Just the whole concept of Zoro using three swords in general, I really like. But speaking of One Piece though, the anime, man, is so bad. Like Kuma's backstory episode, like that episode, it was one of the worst pieces of garbage that I've ever seen. Demon Slayer this season, not including the last few episodes because I've not seen them yet, but the first like 5 or 6 episodes of Demon Slayer were garbage. But even they were better than the One Piece flashback episode, because the One Piece flashback episode, like, literally nothing happened. Like, the entire episode was Kuma saying, "Oh, please don't do that to me." Do what? I don't know what. Don't ask me. They never told us. Like, well, please don't do that. Please don't do that. And for the entire episode, he was crying. We don't know what he was crying about. All we know is that he was crying. It was a terrible episode. I'm not even exaggerating. By the way, this art even here looks cool, by the way. The way Zoro was looking at Helmeppo, so that was pretty cool. You got Nami in the background there. I wasn't expecting that, but fair enough. Like she's just sat there while Luffy and Kobe are doing a bit of fighting, which is pretty funny. Yeah, Helmeppo was a little bit shocked on the floor there. That Luffy had the audacity to punch Helmeppo of all people, the beast of a man, the epitome of an alpha male. Helmeppo, that is what he is. Him and Kobe. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, I think they're continuing with the story now. I think. So I think that's just the way that works. I'm looking forward to the game coming out. I keep saying that, but we still don't know when it's coming. They need to announce it quickly. Obviously, we can't understand what they're saying. But we've all already seen this, so it doesn't really matter what they're saying. This is probably around the part where Luffy's going to get Zoro's weapons for him, which is fair enough. Yeah, that's the part where Zoro corrects Luffy in terms of like directions, which is pretty funny. But yeah. So you do face multiple enemies, but do you fight alongside your allies, or do you have to switch in? Yeah, why is he going after Zoro? Zoro can't even fight back. What the hell? You little rats. You little rats. Thing is, even though Zoro can't fight back, there's literally nothing they can do to him, because Zoro is him. Zoro is really him. Anyone that argues that Sanji is like equal to Zoro in terms of like who would win in a fight, you're on something. You're straight up on something. Okay, so I think we're back. Nothing is really happening right now. I think Luffy is just going to look for Zoro's weapons. Will they fight Captain Axehand Morgan or whatever he's called in this episode? Wait, does he destroy the statue here? I think that's the part where he destroys it. And then obviously Morgan himself gets... There he is. He's just confused more than he is angry at this point. Obviously he gets angry, but at first he was confused. Like Luffy had the balls to do that. Fair enough. Well, and then he got pissed. Which was to be expected. He's just standing there while his cronies get beat up. And you can see Helmeppo in the background hiding. Bro, I am really looking forward to this game. But once again, I am hoping though that there is... I'm hoping that there's no PvP, because PvP is going to be pay to win if there is. I mean, if it does bring PvP, I'll be cautiously optimistic, but at the same time, I'm going to be very cautiously optimistic. Very, very cautiously, because I don't see PvP working that well in gacha games, just because it's bound to be pay to win. That's just the way gacha games work. Because if it's not pay to win, then whales will be disincentivized to spend money on the game, and then that just won't work for the game. As a business, it just wouldn't work. But as I was saying before, the One Piece anime is... The thing is, when it gets good, it gets really good, but then the majority of the time, like the vast majority, like it's just slow paced. Like for every 10 episodes, they might have like one really good one. And even that's if you're lucky, like to get one really good one in 10 episodes, because the anime is just that bad. And I know people say just read the manga. I don't want to. The reason I don't want to is because I just don't like manga. I've tried to get into manga, I just can't get into it. It's just not my thing. But it is what it is, and then we move on. It's pretty still here. There is voice acting here, which is fairly impressive. I'm wondering how will they handle the voice acting with the English release. That will be interesting to see, because they won't be able to get the actual voice actors, or maybe they will. Maybe they will. I don't know. I actually don't know. Will they be able to get the actual voice actors? The only one that I care about, to be honest, is Zoro. But other than that, I really don't care about the English voice. The English voice acting. Wait, so the characters here, do they speak Japanese or Chinese? I mean Cantonese. It sounds like Luffy's actual voice actor, so it could be Japanese. But the game is Chinese, so it could also be Cantonese. I'm not really paying attention, because if I listen to the voice acting, I'll be able to discern whether it's Cantonese or Japanese. I don't speak either of the languages, but obviously, but I'm just used to hearing Japanese to where, like, if it's not Japanese, I feel like I'd know. And there are Zoro's weapons, the two fodder weapons, and then the Wado Ichimonji, I think it's called, whatever it's called. The white sword is Zoro's main one. The one that never breaks. I don't think. Oh, does that weapon count as like a accessory that you can give to your units? Fair enough. The way he picked that up, and made it seem like it counts as something you can attach to your units. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Go on, free my boy Zoro. Free my boy Zoro. And let him do his thing. Give him his swords. Give him the swords. And Zoro is now your right hand man. The vice captain of swords. But as I was saying before, by the way, anyone that thinks Zoro and Sanji, that fight's a tie, you're on something. Because based on the context of the story, it's pretty obvious that Zoro is number 2. Prior to Gear 5 Luffy, if we say before Gear 5, I would have gone so far as to say that Zoro is closer to Luffy than Sanji is to Zoro, in my opinion. But obviously with Gear 5, things have changed because Gear 5 is really OP. So I will give Gear 5 that, if nothing else. And I'm not saying Zoro would beat Luffy. He wouldn't prior to Gear 5. Straight up, Luffy was stronger. But I think Zoro was closer to Luffy than Sanji was to Zoro. That's my opinion. Now that might have changed with Gear 5, obviously. But yeah, even here when Zoro is fighting the main villain, look at it. It's so cool. Because I mean, people confuse Zoro as one of the to be the captain of the Straw Hats. No one confuses Sanji to be like that. And also, Zoro always fights the second in commands. He fought King, who was obviously stronger than Queen. And if you disagree, then you're on something. You're straight up on something. Because I know King of Lightning, cause I've been watching him for years, and I know he was always of the opinion that Sanji is equal to Zoro, which is just not the case. He was just a fanboy, a blind fanboy over Sanji. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fanboy over Zoro, but I'm not a blind fanboy. If he was actually tied with Sanji, I'll call it how it is. But he's not. He's just not. In a fight, he wins 9 times out of 10. Straight up. Maybe even 10 times out of 10. That might be my fanboy speaking, but most of the time, the vast majority of the time, Zoro wins that fight. No questions about it. Plus, he's also a worst generation, which Sanji is not. Which also accounts for something. But not much though, because a lot of the worst generation are really not that impressive from what we've seen. I mean, they are somewhat impressive, but not overly impressive, is what I'll say. So that's over. Honestly, because that's over, I'm going to wrap up the video. I might as well. So let's do a quick subscriber challenge. If you guys agree that Zoro 1v1 beats Sanji, then you have to subscribe, because that is the challenge. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, then do subscribe, especially if you just failed that challenge, because that is indeed the challenge. Also, do leave a like and comment, because those things do help out. With that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Ta-ta, adios, and bye-bye.